analyzed the factors affecting the choice of entry mode, after which we were to determine the potentially best entry strategy for a foraging market. We did this based on a project Korsbæk on Bakken market selection from Module 4, a highly cultural focused concept where we ended in Germany. We defined Korsbæk as Bakken as a theme park with a focus on restaurations. This is based on the fact that most of the location are restaurants, but we do not feel that restaurants cover the industry due to the placement of a biker rental, barber, groceries, and gallery. Besides this, the high focus on creating an atmosphere matching the one from the series make us believe that this concept is so much more than restaurants. We believe that this industry is potentially global due to the cover of a utilitarian need, but in a way that covers the hedonic need as well, meaning that people will not be able to live without food, but there is a cheaper way to do it. The theme park industry, we believe, is more global, but on the other hand, the fact that it's looking at the theme park means that it can't be completely global depending on the theme. Therefore, we define our industry as potentially global. But because of the high differentiation advantages of the concept, there is a benefit in internalizing the concept. We believe that the complexity of our product is average to high. This is due to that the cultural aspect of this concept needed for the actors is hard to learn if Matador has not been seen, also creating a more tacit know-how. This strikes more for internalization, but the fact that the dishes, the food, is not that complicated to prepare as long as the recipe is owned and followed, make the product less complex. We believe that our product to a higher degree is softer than hard. This is based on the fact that we cannot decouple the production and the sales, meaning that both need to be in the area of the sale.
So talking about the desired mode, we believe that the fact that Korsbæk på Bakken is a dream come true for the owner, it would make the company more willing to take risks. The objective for the owner, Torben Pedersen, was not the profit. That being said, we believe that because of the recent opening of Korsbæk på Bakken in Denmark, they would be less willing to take risks due to the high investment made in this project. We also believe that the need for control is medium to high due to the licensing agreements that need to be complied. This can easily be done by our partner, but new negotiation with DR and Lise Nørgaard we predict to be easier through us because of our already established relationship. In Model 4, we ended with Germany as the best potential country based on the cultural similarities in the culture. The differences between the Danish and German cultures are higher today than in the 40s when Matador was broadcasted. The concept of Korsbæk på Bakken of course also originates from the 40s. However, the higher cultural differences between Germany and Denmark do not mean that there is a high psychic distance today between Germany and Denmark. What we should be aware of is the highest of measured difference in masculinity. With a high score on the masculine-feminine values, Germany is determined to have a masculine society. That being said, we can see that performance and efficiency is highly valued. People are likely to live in order to work, and what is likely for them is the hierarchy where the decision is taken by the managers who are expected to be assertive and decisive. That might be seen as a barrier since Denmark scores towards the feminine values. Danes value the balance between work and free time as well as equality, solidarity and quality in work. What is likely for the Danes is the long discussion until a consensus is reached. Furthermore, managers are supportive to its employees. Korsbæk på Bakken should be aware of these differences when entering the German market. However, although this may be seen as a barrier, there are many similarities between the two countries that would be beneficial for Korsbæk på Bakken when entering the German market. For example, there are high similarities in food trends between Denmark and Germany. This food trend is concerning ecological products and cutting food waste, meaning that this will make an adaptation to this relatively easy low risk. Furthermore, the political stability is perceived higher in Western than in Eastern Germany. This is based on a rebuilding and the GDP only being 66% of the total Western GDP. With the GDP growth from 0.1 in 2013 to 1.9 in 2015, the risk is overall perceived lower, recovering from 2009, the worst recession since Second World War. However, the population will after 2017 face a broad-based decline during the next 2 years, reducing the market as well as the workforce. That being said, with the high attendance to restaurants, 1/3 going to restaurants 1/3 is going to restaurants once or twice a month, and the market therefore still has a huge potential. The government is favoring running businesses rather than upstarting companies. This is an entry barrier, making it harder to start a business. We therefore believe that a partner would be beneficial since a partner knows their way around the market. Locally produced fruits and vegetables are highly appreciated on the German market, meaning that a partner once again would be beneficial in order of establishing contacts. With the high amount of amusement parks in Germany, 17 to mention the number, there is a high degree of competition. Furthermore, there is already a high amount of restaurants, namely 164,008 in 2013. This is one of our main reasons to favor a collaboration, since we believe that there will be benefits in a partner knowing the competitors and the market.
After going through this model, we ended up with the possibility of 100% internalization or intermediate mode. Based on the low amount of opportunistic behavior and high competition, we believe that for us would be beneficial to have a partner that knows the market, their behavior, and as well has established a trade area, which will create a higher success rate. With the help of a partner, the investment will be smaller, which is beneficial now, since Korsbæk Bakken has just opened. This creates a shared risk, which is perceived good. The companies support each other, giving them no full control, which might create complication in the communication process, but we concluded that we need somebody that knows the competitors as well as the market. We chose to start a partnership between Korsbæk Bakken and German company in the form of joint venture. This reduces the risk of entering the new market due to the fact that it's shared between partners as well as the economics and control. This is beneficial to us because we have lower knowledge about the German market, the business environment, and the amount of competitors. We do believe that it's possible to locate a partner that will be passionate for cultural themes and therefore appreciate the importance of the fact that it has to correlate with the concept of the Danish TV series. We advise Korsbæk Bakken to continue with what it have done in Denmark and set its themed restaurant again in the area of an amusement park. In the joint venture partnership, it is from a significant importance to identify exactly what role will play each company and what will be their functions in order to fulfill the joint venture's strategic objectives. What we consider most appropriate is to establish our joint venture under the Y coalition type. In this way, we will be able to collaborate on both upstream and downstream activities in the two value chains, and in this way accomplish some sort of synergy. When exporting the concept of Korsbæk Bakken, we are aware that the company has to move its production in the foreign country. Considering the production part of the value chain, a collaboration between the two partners has to be established, minding the fact that the building's design and decoration has to follow the one from the Danish TV series, and the dishes served in the restaurant has to follow a specific recipe. There will be a collaboration also in the other parts of the value chain, because our partner will be an already well-established company with knowledge of the market, environment and customers, but Korsbæk Bakken will have the better understanding of the Danish culture implemented in their product. The collaboration will give us a better chance of reaching our target group with less resources. We are aware that the joint venture entry mode has its cons also. What Korsbæk Bakken has to consider when developing the joint venture business plan is the ownership split between the two companies, which we believe 60 to 40% would be the most appropriate, with Korsbæk having the majority and the German partner having the minority part. This way will make the decision-making process easier. We'll be able to close a discussion which potentially could lengthen the average lifetime of the joint venture. Of course, Korsbæk Bakken should not overestimate this partnership and prepare an exit strategy in case of failure.
In the beginning, with loan 2 have a higher payment, they need more cash flow. Because you will pay more in the beginning than you will pay with loan 1. But later with loan 2 you will pay less, as the higher payment in the beginning has reduced your debt faster, hence your monthly payment will be lower. Bakken is only open in the summer, therefore shall Korsbæk for Bakken generate enough cash flow in order to service the loan. If Korsbæk for Bakken has a huge success, then they will also generate more cash flow and thereby be able to service the zero loan, which is loan 2. The advantage is that the debt will be reduced faster and partly follow depreciation on the investment. On the other hand, if the interest is not that big for Korsbæk for Bakken, will it be better to choose loan 1 than T loan, as this loan has a lower payment in the beginning. It is not for sure that we will be able to get enough money in for a partnership in Germany to be able to pay on our loan, and therefore we need to have Korsbæk for Bakken in Denmark as a backup plan. We also have to take the currency into consideration as it can change. The Danish currency is following the euro, making it less risky to take a loan. However, when paying quality, there will be some fluctuations between currency. Therefore, it should be more safe to take the T loan. But as we exporting our concept to Germany, we will get some money in from there, which will be paid in euro, meaning that there won't be the same risk. Also, as mentioned, that the Danish currency is following the euro and can only increase and decrease with 2.25%. But remember that the Swedish currency was pegging on the euro, and then this stopped the Swedish currency with a price by 15%. And this means that we will not be able to see the big change as we had exported it to Sweden, as the Swedish currency have a floating exchange rate, and therefore we need to keep an eye on it. And if it changes, then we have to go in and change on our loan. And if we don't fix the rate on our loan, we do not know if it is a floating or fixed interest rate, and we are unable to tell what this does for our loan. And the interest differential between Germany and Denmark is too small, around 0.5%, and this mismatch between assets and liability is too large, as the assets would be in Danish crown, the investment 12 million euro. The liability is in euro loan, but the cash flow from selling the concept will not serve.
When looking into the NPV, we can see that the one with the highest value is with the discount rate of 20% in loan 1, the annuity loan, equal to 3.1 million, where it is at 1.4 million with the discount rate of 15%. In serial loan, the NPV is at 2.8 with the 20% discount rate, and at 1.5 with the 15% discount rate. So even though the effective interest rate is lower in the serial loan, equal to 8.65, we find the annuity loan the most appropriate for us.
Thanks for watching!